Sorted.
Water from under the ground like a spring. Have like a manganese, magnesium, fluoride, good for health, good for body. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you.
ค่ะ
Feels like Alice, that.
$800 or you can ride 1 kilometer.
That's mad, that. It's going literally all the way down, mate. They're still going. Oh, they're going down this thing. So we now have 1,200 stairs like this up here, which is just fantastic. You're going to let me walk back up, to be honest.
Tempting.
Thanks, lad. Mohawk that guy. Oh, Mohawk on guy. Oi, oi. Whew. That's a close call. That's all glass. Jesus Christ. Whew. Hello and welcome to the video. It's a few weeks later than the clips that I've recorded in this video. I've not had too much time to put my energy into the YouTube at the moment, so I apologise for that. I'm now in the Philippines and the sun is just setting behind me over there. I've just tried finding some quiet space so that I can try and do some talking with you guys, because I really haven't done much talking recently at all, and I really wanted to just give you an update of what I've been doing with my life. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've uploaded, so a hell of a lot has happened, and I'm doing this talking now to just try and update you guys with what I've been doing. And you can see those there, those are some children on a kayak that are just screaming, so hopefully it's not too loud. I've also got a road directly above me, so there's motorbikes and stuff going by. Hopefully you can hear me okay. The day after these clips, I went on a boat trip. I went to Maya Bay, I went snorkeling all around Krabi. I got to swim with a shark. We also did a night snorkel. So at night, what happens in certain parts of the sea, the plankton illuminates, so it's luminescent. When you're in the water, if you, oh, I've just hit a fly. That was crazy. So when in the water, if you move your hands around, it creates light. Just being in really deep, dark water at night where you just cannot see a single thing and you're just floating there and it's just the abyss. It is such a weird experience, and then when you start moving your hands around, it's creating light. It's something that, included with swimming with the shark, has just really resonated with me and I absolutely loved it. You have this big fear built in about sharks. They're just going to try and eat you and mess you up, but it's really not true. They're not interested in you. If you're not interested in them, they're not interested in you. He weren't bothered by us at all. He just swam by and went away. He weren't a massive shark. He were on the smaller end of the scale as far as sharks go. He was probably like, I don't know, half of me, maybe like over a meter long, and he was quite thick. I don't know the species of sharks. To imagine what a shark looked like in your head, a standard shark, he was that. But all of that in and amongst itself was just a truly incredible experience. So that rounded our trip up in Thailand, and it was time to move on to Malaysia. We spent just under 2 weeks in Malaysia. Started off in Langkawi, where we went on a sky bridge.
Oh fuck.
Oh, bit of wind.
Fucking kidding me.
Bit of wind, lad.
I'm fucking glad this music's on.
Classical music.
Yeah.
Look, you can't see. It was so high up and a little bit weird just hovering that high, and I'm not afraid of heights at all, but just being on a small cable just that high up, it's just a weird feeling. From Langkawi, which is in Malaysia, we had to jump back into Thailand because it's just an island off of Thailand, but it's part of Malaysia. And then we had to go through the border. I ain't half got a story for you. We paid a guy, a taxi man, 1,000 baht, which is about £25. And he told us that it was going to take us to Georgetown in Malaysia. When we got to the border, he ended up saying that he can't take us through, and long story short, we couldn't do anything about it and we had to pay him the money. It was not the main border cross over into Malaysia, so it was really quiet. There was no taxis, there was no one there that could ring for us. We had no Wi-Fi, no service, no food, no money, because we'd just moved into a new country. We had nothing whatsoever at all. It was about a 6-hour walk away from the nearest bus station and town, so it was in a little bit of a pickle. So we decided that we was just going to start walking, and successfully after that we managed to hitchhike our way down to the nearest bus station. Some gentleman kindly took us there. He didn't speak a word of English and it was really difficult, and we had no money to even give him any. We tried going to an ATM but it wouldn't let us withdraw money, so we couldn't even pay him. But we managed to get to the nearest bus station. We had to wait about 5 or 6 hours at that bus station for the bus to get us to where we needed to be. Got the bus, got down to our accommodation. It was just close to 12 o'clock at midnight, so it was quite late. We got to the accommodation finally, which felt like the longest thing ever. And they double booked the room and their online booking wasn't working, so he basically told us that we couldn't stay there. So now it was 12 o'clock at night and we had nowhere to stay. We were still in a pickle at this point. So we then had to find another accommodation. We just started walking around. A pack of dogs tried getting at us. There was about 6 stray dogs that were all barking at us and coming after us. We nearly turned around and booted one of them, but luckily it didn't come to that. Some creepy guy, which claimed he was part of the Malaysia tourist police or something, at like past 12 o'clock now, it's like half 12, in some dodgy back street, wanted to take one of us away. So I think he was going to try and kidnap us or something. After the dogs, and after nearly being kidnapped, after the accommodation, after being scammed, after managing to hitchhike his way there, we finally got to this new accommodation, and there was no one there. So it was now 1 o'clock at night, there was no one at our next accommodation, and we were just fucked. We were just fucked. And some guy in the streets rang a hotel for us, and we finally got in there. It was probably the weirdest day of my life, and it's quite a story, to be honest. I've probably missed more off as well. I've kind of just freeballed that off of my head. We was smiling all day, and it really didn't affect us. We made the most out of a bad situation, but things like this do happen when you're travelling. It's all for the character building. So then there was no more hiccups in Malaysia. We was in Georgetown, we were safe, we was happy, and we were ready to get it. In Georgetown there was so much great food. We went to the top observatory.
You might want to reread that.
And that in itself was crazy. That is the highest up I've ever been, and not only that, it was just walking on glass, which is quite a freaky thing in itself. There was also an aquarium that they had there, and in and amongst a few other things that we had, that rounded up as trip in Georgetown. We then finished our Malaysia trip in Kuala Lumpur, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the capital of Malaysia, and it's where they have the famous Twin Towers. Malaysia as a whole, I didn't enjoy nowhere near as much as Thailand. We was in cities and we were just getting bombarded. We'd been used to the tropical island life for too long, and going into the cities we just felt like we were getting us head blagged. So we didn't spend too much time in Malaysia. We wanted to get over to the Philippines. We just thought, fuck it, let's go to the Philippines. We've had enough of these cities. It's time to get back to our tropical life. So we are now in the Philippines. I'm so motivated right now. Life is just running at a million miles an hour, and I'm progressing and learning so much new things, and new things about myself, new things about the world, and it feels really, it is genuinely the most productive time that I've ever had in my life. I'm really motivated with the gym and my health and the fitness, and it's just a really healthy space that me and my friend have got right now, so I'm really pleased about that. It's getting dark and the visibility is getting worse, so I'm going to try and round the video up. As I say, I'm in the Philippines and this place is just perfect. I've spent 4 days here so far. I've filmed a video, I went snorkeling and I got a cover for my phone so I can take you guys under the water, and I swam with a turtle, which was just an incredible experience. Plenty of fish, plenty of coral, all of the good stuff that comes with snorkeling. So stay tuned for the next video. So that is pretty much the catch up of where I'm at with my journey and how the travelling is going. What I've been doing with my time while I've not been uploading as much. As I say, I'll try and do my best with the uploading, but I can't make any promises right now because I have no idea where my life is going. You have my word that I will try my best. So I'm going to wrap the video up. I hope the talking hasn't been too much for you all and you've enjoyed hearing what I have to say. I'm loving life, I'm loving the Philippines, I'm loving travelling. Stay tuned for the next video. So that is going to be incredible. And I love you all, take care and peace.